the cap of caps.
Chicago Sky are worst basketball team.
Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Again is the Chicago Bravado losing patience with Angel Reese.
From all-star hype to a humiliating benching, Angel Reese, once the face of the WNBA, has officially been suspended by the Chicago Sky after being declared the league's worst player. How did it go so wrong so fast? And what does this mean for her career and the league itself?
Angel Reese has received relentless promotion from the league and her pretend friends in the mainstream media.
Just a year ago, Reese was the WNBA's Rising Star magazine covers, viral moments, national spotlight. Fast forward, she's averaging just 8 PPG, shooting under 35%, ranked 63rd of 64 qualified players. That's right, league worst efficiency.
Angel Reese unintentionally exposed her own lies. An excellent performance from Angel Reese. It is rare. It's like seeing a hole-in-one on a par 5.
Chicago Sky reached a breaking point. Following yet another meltdown, Coach Tyler Marsh announced Reese's suspension not for rest, but for accountability.
That Angel Reese is the face of the WNBA because she leads the league in followers on social media, along with missed layups and a complete lack of athleticism.
The suspension is more than procedural, it's symbolic. Fans and analysts are divided. Critics are calling her overhyped and flash over substance.
According to Barbie, she is the reason people are watching the WNBA. She is the reason that people are paying $16 to watch the Chicago Bravado play the Phoenix Masculines later today.
She became a brand social media star, endorsements galore. But meanwhile, the shots aren't falling. Is she chasing clout more than championships?
Angel Reese is a huge star.
Enter Caitlin Clark, quietly dominating on court, converting clutch shots, and steadily rising in the MVP conversation without needing viral fame.
Angel Reese has taken some accountability for her disastrous season, but it appears that the Chicago Bravado are running out of patience.
Coach Marsh admitted Reese's current role isn't working. That's a stark shift from last year's promise. With the Sky struggling 3-10, 11th in standings, the spotlight on Reese is blinding.
Angel Reese followed what I thought was her best performance of the season with another typically dreadful performance.
As media backlash grows, calling Reese the poster child for hype, social fans are demanding trades, permanent benching. Sky fans are chanting names like Kennedy Carter for change.
Looked up the box score. Her stats were great. Yes, stats are meaningless. They rarely tell the whole story.
This could be a turning point. Will Reese use the suspension as fuel? Can she reclaim her status, or will Chicago pivot around a new focal point?
Claim some of the responsibility for her dreadful season by claiming that they need to create better looks for her on the court.
Angel Reese was meant to be the face of the WNBA, but now faces a hard truth. Branding can only carry you so far. The court decides everything. Will she fight her way back or fade under pressure? What do you think? Comment below.
The same Angel Reese who has been begging, and I mean begging, people on social media to vote for her?
Just months ago, Angel Reese was hailed as the future of the WNBA. Nicknamed the Bayou Barbie, plastered on league promos, and crowned the face of the Chicago Sky. But today, she's suspended, humiliated, and publicly declared the worst player in the league. This isn't just a fall from grace. It's a collapse so loud, the entire sports world is watching.
She's not on the same level as Caitlin Clark on the court.
Reese is averaging just 8.1 points per game, shooting a dismal 30.9%, and ranking 63rd out of 64 qualified players in league efficiency. She's been called a liability on both ends by WNBA scouts, with even her own rebounds often coming off her missed shots.
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, they were the biggest stars in women's basketball. Hell, you can make the case that they were two of the biggest stars in all of basketball.
Following the Sky's brutal 93-80 loss to the Atlanta Dream and a 99-74 meltdown versus the Liberty, head coach Tyler Marsh pulled the plug. Not an injury bench. Not rest. A full suspension. His post-game comment said it all. Angel's current offensive role just isn't working.
Chicago bravado. They still got their ass kicked, but that doesn't matter.
From fan favorite to public punching bag, social media has exploded in backlash. Dead weight. Let her focus on TikTok. Even former fans are calling for her to be benched permanently.
Angel Reese and the Chicago bravado publicly embarrassed themselves.
Meanwhile, her biggest rival Caitlin Clark is quietly silencing doubters. She leads all WNBA players in All-Star votes with 516,000, while Reese lags behind with just 173,000. Even worse, Clark, a 6 feet 0 inches guard, has a higher block percentage than Reese, a 6 feet 3 inches forward.
The situation at hand is that when Angel Reese walks in to the Indiana Fever Arena, she is no longer safe. She is not safe because there are some Indiana Fever fans who are racist.
Angel Reese wasn't just a player, she was a movement. From Forbes covers to brand deals with Reebok and Amazon, the WNBA built her up as the league's future. She called herself the reason people tune in. But when the game started, the hype collapsed.
The dreadful performance from Angel Reese, that's not the real story here. Matter of fact, that's just the norm.
Let's not forget Reese's off-court moments. Black Small Square, her public feud with Caitlin Clark during the 2023 NCAA Finals. Black Small Square, mocking gestures. Black Small Square, her now viral statement, "I'm not here to be humble." And recently, she begged fans to vote her into the All-Star game, and the internet laughed.
Jeffrey, we need more production out of Angel Reese, and that's yet to come together. Rare to see GMs being this blunt about their star player.
Reese's downfall is a cautionary tale. When branding overtakes basketball, fans push back. She became the TikTok queen, but while she trended online, she fell apart on the court. And in a league trying to prove its legitimacy, that's a problem.
Greatest myth in the WNBA dump has officially been exposed. The myth of all myths, the deception of deception.
Sources close to the team say locker room tensions have grown. Multiple reports suggest veterans have lost patience. Fans now chant for Chindy Carter, the same player Reese previously clashed with over playing time.
Has surpassed everybody in the amount of time that she has played in the WNBA. She fills up every arena in every town that she goes to. Teams have to go to bigger arenas.
Reese was supposed to usher in a new era. But now, she's the cautionary headline. Even WNBA insiders have started asking, did we put the spotlight on the wrong star?
Reese is the foil for Caitlin Clark and vice versa. Like, they don't have to get along. They don't have to like each other. They're competitors.
This suspension may not be the end, but it's a crossroad. Does Reese put in the work and bounce back? Or will she fade out as just another overhyped name in WNBA history?
Caitlin Clark has received around 516,000 votes. Here's 6 players down the list, and I've yet to see the name Angel Reese, or one of her dozens of aliases. I haven't seen Bayou Barbie, I haven't seen Me Bounds, Queen, Social Media Princess.
Angel Reese's story is far from over, but the truth is clear. Talent lasts. Hype doesn't. Now the spotlight is no longer her shield, it's her test.
With Reese, with the way she played last night, you don't want 3,500 people witnessing that performance.
If this story had you hooked, smash the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment. Will Angel Reese bounce back? Or is her WNBA dream already over?
This indicates a clear frustration from the organization with Angel Reese. He just lacks the ability to make them.
Once hailed as the radiant future of women's basketball, the bold, brash Bayou Barbie, who broke nil records, flooded headlines, and graced magazine covers, Angel Reese now finds herself entangled in one of the most shocking falls from grace in modern sports history. As the Chicago Sky handed down a devastating suspension that not only benched her physically, but symbolically shattered the carefully constructed image of dominance and excellence that once surrounded her name. The same player who just a year ago was celebrated as a cultural icon, a generational talent, and the fearless face of a new era for the WNBA, now stands publicly humiliated, ridiculed by fans, and harshly criticized by analysts who once praised her every move. With a dismal shooting percentage hovering below 31%, missed layups that have gone viral for all the wrong reasons, and performances so lethargic that even diehard supporters have turned away, Reese has gone from being the league's most hyped star to its most glaring liability. Social media, once the bedrock of her brand, has turned into a battleground of memes and mockery, with former admirers now openly calling for her trade or permanent benching, their patience worn thin by a string of underwhelming performances and a perceived obsession with self-promotion over skill refinement. The same promotional machine that once touted her as the future of the league is now silent, retreating into the shadows as Reese's brand, credibility, and influence crumble under the weight of unmet expectations. Worse still, head coach Tyler Marsh's subtle but cutting remarks about her role on the team, thinly veiled criticism wrapped in press conference diplomacy, only cemented the internal doubts about her value on the court. Her rebounding stats, once a talking point of praise, are now seen as inflated, mostly resulting from her own missed shots, and her defensive numbers lag embarrassingly behind guards who, by all logic, shouldn't be out-blocking a 6 feet 3 inches forward. In stark contrast, Caitlin Clark, the other half of what was once considered the most electric rivalry in college basketball, has soared to unimaginable heights, breaking viewership records, electrifying crowds, and dominating statistically in nearly every measurable category. Clark leads the league in fan voting, boasts higher shooting percentages, and shows maturity and leadership far beyond her rookie year. Meanwhile, Reese's all-star hopes are quickly fading, overshadowed by Clark's excellence and her own inability to rise to the professional level. The juxtaposition is brutal. Where Clark is flourishing, Reese is floundering, and it's becoming painfully evident that fans, coaches, and the league itself have made their choice. Reese's marketing appeal, once limitless, now feels artificial, an empty vessel of endorsements, TikToks, and style-over-substance narratives that are collapsing in real time. And in perhaps the most damning turn of all, the very fans who once packed arenas to see her, who wore her jersey and parroted her catchphrases, have begun turning their backs, chanting for bench players like Chindy Carter, desperate for someone to rescue the team from the abyss. This isn't just a slump. It's a complete unraveling, a textbook case of what happens when branding outpaces development, when fame precedes fundamental growth, and when a player believes their myth more than their metrics. Angel Reese's suspension isn't just a disciplinary measure, it's a breaking point, a glaring signal that the Chicago Sky, the fans, and the basketball world at large are no longer willing to invest in potential that refuses to materialize. And yet, there's a tragic beauty in this collapse, a sobering reminder that in professional sports, image can only take you so far eventually. The game exposes everything. The question now lingers like smoke in a scorched arena. Will Angel Reese rise from the ashes, rebuild her legacy through grit, humility, and actual basketball growth? Or will this suspension mark the beginning of a